Greetings and welcome once again, listeners, to Cosmic Crit. I'm Jabert, your favorite goblin operative outside of the Pact Worlds, and I am so happy to be introducing the story to you today. We got a really fun one coming up, and I'm going to get right to it as quickly as possible. We've got a few announcements to make. First of all, a huge thank you to Nansa, that's Non-Standard Action over on Twitch, and all of the wonderful GMs that helped out in last week's CritterCon 2. It was a huge success, and altogether, we all raised about $4,000 for Doctors Without Borders. So that was about 80% of our goal. I know we're planning on doing a little bit of Twitch streaming. We're going to see if we can't make that $5,000 goal still. But you guys did an amazing job, and you blew away our expectations. I'm so pleased as punch, and I'm so proud of all of you wonderful people who made that happen. And I'm so glad that so many people got to come out and play some Society. That was a ton of fun, and I really enjoyed it, and I hope you guys did too. Couple more announcements. First of all, our Bumfuzzle Trick Attack Challenge has come to its conclusion, and I am so happy to have all of these at my fingertips. We will be reaching out to the winners of that very shortly. But thank you all for submitting, and I cannot wait to share some of these hysterical trick attacks with you going forward in the future. Those will probably start around maybe episode 86 is when we'll start being able to pepper those in. But I can't wait. Thank you guys so much for participating in that. And that brings me to my next point. For the month of May, our May monthly challenge is going to be Monster Mayhem 2.0. That's right, listeners. Get out your thinking caps, because we need some new monsters. We're going to be targeting this somewhere around Book 2, so we're looking for CR3 to CR7 monsters. You can find the rules for creating those monsters in the Alien Archives, and you can submit those by emailing them to us at cosmiccrit@gmail.com. For more information, please head on over to cosmiccrit.com, where you can find all information about everything Cosmic Crit, and we'll have rules and regulations and such like that up on the site. So please go check it out, and can't wait to see what you come up with. But enough of me gabbing on. It's time to get right down to the episode. So listeners, please enjoy episode 83.
Assault on Garrison 13.
Episode commencing in 3, 2, 1. Episode initiated.
Star Pronkers Incorporated. Maybe this podcast don't mean too much, but Cosmic Crit means everything to me. Welcome back, Crittermanders. This is your GM here with a capital G, extending dark, heavy music and industrial vibes for the rest of the season. Joining me in this downward spiral into the heart of the Azlanti army are my 5 friends and your players, at least until the day that the whole world went away. To my right, I want a drone that's like an animal. I want to build it from the inside. All other animal existence is flawed, and it's Tyler playing Nikkithi, who is like a god to his drone-itis.
Glad to be here, Patrick. Thank you.
To his right, her head like a black hole, as black as a tiefling soul. It's Rebecca rocking Talora.
It's good to be here.
Across the digital table, will you bite the hand that feeds you? If so, you'll be taking claw attack damage. It's Miles with a win.
I'm so happy right now. Like, I'm actually wearing a Nine Inch Nails shirt.
Oh my goodness!
I'm a massive Nine Inch Nails fan, so this is very happy.
To his right, if the world would break in two until the very last crit on me, he'll be there to crit back on you. It's your brand Bumfuzzle.
I've never heard of 9 Inch Nails.
And to my left, I am justified, I am purified, and I am sanctified inside your entropic pool. It's Drew running with Cass.
I can't wait to hear the song in Captain Marvel.
9 Inch Nails intro, indeed. I've been waiting to do this one because I was like, oh, this is going to be pretty easy. A lot of cursing. these songs.
Well, yes.
I'm Miles, also an OG fan, and I just like Trent Reznor. He made that entire first album, Pretty Hate Machine, like by himself.
He paid for it. Like he was I think a janitor at the studio, and got paid in studio time.
He was exactly. He was like rehearsing in his garage, and then would record like midnight or whatever. And it's amazing. He like sent it out and got a record contract, and then it was like, oh man, if I tour, I have to have a band.
Yeah, didn't he hire the band for the tour? They weren't part of it.
Pretty much always does that.
Yeah. They've changed over the years.
Because I think Dave Grohl recorded and toured with Teeth.
Oh wow, yeah, I think I remember that.
He's the drummer for that one.
Anyway, it reminds me of how we started this podcast in our offices late at night, which means
here we are.
If we're correlating success in about 20 years, we should be accepting an Academy Award for podcasting, I guess. Right?
Sweet.
I'm guessing it'll be a film about podcasting.
We podcasted the soundtrack to some remake of a foreign movie.
Yes. How are you guys doing tonight?
Pretty good.
Pretty nice.
Pretty nice.
I hate you guys. I hate how often you say that.
It happens so much.
So many times.
For our listeners,
exactly one half of a time.
For our listeners, there's a lot of references, I feel like, to MST3K, Mystery Science Theater 3000, that get thrown out here. But that one's
it's
every other episode.
It's too good. Like I've watched that episode a lot, and especially with the most frequently since it came out. Like,
those of you at home who are not familiar, it's Mac and Me is what that comes from. You should watch it. It's great.
It's easily a top 10 episode.
I would say so. It's hard to top.
Yeah,
they knew they had to knock that one out of the park, but let's not talk about other shows, other entertaining shows. Let's talk about our show and specifically what happened last time on Cosmic Crit.
We released the Hobgars, and while most scatter about Madelon's landing, a few were itching for a fight. The team opened up a one-sided can of whoop butt.
After the Hobgars are unleashed on Madelon's landing, Ibretta ran up with dire news. Jellic and Weldis were captured on suspicion of treason.
The gang rushes to stop the Azlanti from executing Jellic, only to find they may be too late.
Talara's tiny demon scored a massive critical hit on an evil Azlanti executioner, satiating both Talara's desire to avenge Jellic and the demon's thirst for blood.
acting quickly after the battle, Kaz stabs Jellic with a healing serum, keeping him alive.
And that is not all that happened, because you all also leveled up to level 2.
Oh, yeah.
First level up. We're going to take time to talk about that, but let's get back into the action first. You guys were running away from the scene of a failed execution in the center of town. I feel like we should resolve a little bit of that first. On the run yet again, we see here through the mist-filled streets of Madelon's Landing after the failed execution of Jellic and Weldis. There's the little Shunta Goraya Lee, and she's supporting a wounded Ibretta, and the teen Weldis is supporting Jellic. Still seems pretty dazed and pretty out of it from dying nearly twice within the same week. Weldis calls out over the sound of screaming Hobgars and Azlanti rifle fire elsewhere in the city. Come to my place, Goblin. You can rest up in my bathtub if you want. Now that we got some water moving again.
Oh boy, that's my home.
Yeah. Doc Iones is there, and she's working on my mom, but she can get you all patched up too. And my mom's been itching to meet you all. He leads you to a pretty unassuming module with little decoration, kind of in the south side of town. It looks like, any of the other double wide shipping containers here in Madelon's Landing, and Weldis unlocks the door, calls out, Doc, we got hurt people here. I also brought them outsiders with me. You see a young woman stepping out with a med kit from the back of this this home as you guys kind of trundle inside, and she immediately goes and sees to Jellic and Ibretta, and you see Ibretta just cleaning blood from her ex's face, doting over him. Weldis, kind of gets you towards the back and ushers you towards what looks like a bedroom in the back of the building. And he says, my ma sure wants to meet you all, but if you don't mind, I don't want to overwhelm her. Maybe just a couple of you come in and say hello. Does anybody want to jump inside?
Bumfuzzle runs to the bathroom and turns on the water and just has a nice bath.
Okay. The water runs for like all of 30 seconds. It's like gone.
Ow.
that was their supply for the week. Way to go.
Oh, beans.
Sure, Nikithi would, if Weldis is asking, considering how brave he's been. Idas is pretty good at cheering up people.
Is she?
Did you say cheering or tearing?
Cheering.
Well, both.
Everybody likes Idas.
I'm assuming if he doesn't want to overwhelm his mother, that the giant bear should probably stay outside.
It's up to you. You can fit through the door slowly. Sure.
Oh no! I'm thinking purely of not overwhelming people.
What?
Yeah,
just a giant slug person and a huge blue bear.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. So I'm like, well, Talara has demon horns on her head and a tail. Like, I mean, if we don't want to overwhelm people, I think none of us are really well poised except maybe Kaz.
It's not that they've never seen aliens before. I just feel like a giant bear would be very distracting. Like,
I mean, these are worldly people, right? These are
like
colonists.
Yeah, they're colonists for a new planet. So I mean, the concept is not beyond them. It's just like if she's got this makeshift nurse area going on and a giant bear is just bumping into everything.
Well, but it's better for you to be inside than outside if Azlanti are looking for hobgars out on the streets.
All right, fine. I go in and I ruin everything.
Okay, well, it's just a bedroom. It's not the end of the world.
I breaks the bed.
So you sit on the end of it and just like crunch.
It just cracks.
All right, so Wynn and Nikithi going in the back, and that for everyone else left out front here, Ibretta comes over to you. Let's say Talara, and she just wraps her arms around you, like around your back, and gives you a deep hug. You can see that tears have mixed and marred with some of the dirt on her cheeks. And she says, "Thank you all. You don't know what you all have done. I'm in your debt." She stands over Jellic's unconscious form. He's like flitting in and out as Garaya and this Dr. Ione patches up his wound. Jellic and I been through some tough times. We had a kid many years ago. Named him Garrel Fulson, little Gare. He was a good one. Lot more straight and narrow than Jellic or I, and we had him real young like. And times were good, but it wasn't before he was 18 years old told us he wanted to see the sights in the universe. He joined up with the stewards, got into the Academy on Verses and in the pact there on gubernatorial recommendation, and passed his exams of flying colors. And long story short, his ship came under attack. Pirate blockade. It was just his third mission. There were no survivors. Anyway, after that, Jellic and I decided to move out to this colony. It's what we needed to take our mind off things, but honestly, it just made us both realize that maybe, just maybe, the best we could have been was behind us. And raising Gare was our crowning achievement, you know? We weren't going to top that. Does it make any sense to you all? Here I go rambling on. The past is the past, and suffice to say that my future will involve making amends with everyone I know, including Jellic, and killing me some Azlanti.
Without realizing what she was doing while hearing this story of the pirate attack or potential pirate attack, Talara just subconsciously her hand comes up and grasps the pendant around her neck. And as soon as she realizes that she's doing that and the story is over, she says something like, don't sweat it. It's no big deal.
Meanwhile, in the back of the house here, when Keithy, you see an older human female lying in the bed here. This is Corsica. Dr. Ani jumps in real quick and squeezes past Wynn, grabs some more items from what looks like a med kit, and jumps out again. Corsica props herself up on her elbows as you both file in with Itis, and you can see she has a cast on each of her legs, medical wrap, gauze around her head and her chest. Greetings there, travelers. My son here told me you're the new sheriffs in town.
Sheriffs?
Yeah, you're the ones slinging guns, taking Azlanti down.
Well, that hardly makes us lawmen.
Yeah, the name's Corsica, and that out there, that's the best doc we got in the colony still alive. Feina. The young human girl kind of greets you as you pass. Corsica kind of grimaces in pain, and you can tell that talking is kind of hurting her. She holds the sides of her rib cage. Her breathing is labored for a second. She's like, "Yeah, the couple of those Azlanti Kurds got me, took me into the garrison with Madelon and the like, and well, I didn't take kindly to that. I spit on them, the real mean SOBs that took to hitting Sedona. Well, they turned their attention to me and left her alone, but they near beat me within an inch of my life. Broke my legs, femur in one, tibia the other, cracked my ribs too, and Doc thinks maybe punctured a lung. Med's been helping, but it's a hurt I'm going to have with me for some time. They left me for dead in the drain collector, west side of the garrison, but my boy Weldis here picked me up, stitched me back together with the Doc's help.
He's a good boy.
You mention a drain collector. Is this a potential point of entry into the complex?
Are you there, Cass?
Yeah. Nikiti jumps up in surprise.
I figured I was inside. I would be the only one standing outside.
So. We had a 10-minute conversation about who was going in.
I can hear everything you guys are saying in there. You talk really loud.
They closed the door.
I'm peeking through the window. You just see Kaz with his...
They closed the blinds. When Nikithi, Tyler?
He's a good boy, your son. You mentioned that you knew Sedona. Do you know where they took her?
Last I saw, she was in the garrison with Madelon, Mayor Madelon. Oh, but Weldis said that those two that did me in, those couple of pronkers, they just tried to kill him and Jellic in the town square, and you saved them, and you sent those Azlanti to Pharasma to answer for their misdeeds. I'm in your debt, friends.
You have gone through enough without being in someone else's debt. Let me see if I can't. If it is okay, I am a bit of a scientist myself, and may I have a look at your chart? And is it okay if I do some kind of medicine check on her and see if there's anything I noticed that maybe Nikithi could help with or improve her condition at all?
You got medicine? You got the
Oh dude, yeah, I'm medicine to the max.
Yeah, let's see what happens here.
16?
So that's not enough with the med kit. It seems like this young human doctor, Ione, Doc Ione, has been treating her for multiple days. So the casts are well set. The bandages very snug, very very well fit to the wounds. So she's pretty good. It's just going to take some time.
Gotcha. Well, specifically, I was worried about the lungs. Can I replace her lungs with something bioengineered?
I wish you wouldn't. maybe just not perform surgery on her.
Nikithi pulls up a data pad and he's kind of like, I could give you several improved lung functions, the ability to withstand space conditions, the ability to ward off poisons. Now, the surgery is slightly...
Wellness boy, I'm feeling faint. oh boy, it comes and goes. I gotta thank you all, but yeah, no need to perform surgery on me.
Yes, perhaps we should let nature take its course, Nikithi.
She kind of props herself up again and moves over to a side table next to the bed where she pulls out some paper and a pen, makes some notes on something that looks like she's been working on, and hands it over to you when she says, I drew the inside of the Garrison from memory, from what I saw. I was only in there a day or so, but I hope it helps you take them sons of Duve down. Stay safe, friends.
We thank you very much. This could prove invaluable.
Yeah, that's pretty well, drawn picture of what looks like the Garrison. She's got some notes there. Yeah, so you guys heading out?
Well, I think somebody wanted to take a 10-minute break.
Yeah, you can rest up in here. 10-minute up. Does anybody not need to take a 10-minute break? Maybe that's easier to ask these days.
I am going to.
Can the doctor not provide us a little health care for saving her friends?
That's a good question.
She can try.
Question.
She's definitely tending to the nearly dead Jellic.
Well, and that's only for HP, right? So, like, if you need SP back, then 10-minute break is kind of your only option.
Is anyone into HP damage?
I am.
When? Is that what you said?
Yes.
Yeah, she come up to you and try her best.
Can Nikithi assist?
Sure. Mm-hmm. I think even trying to give pointers on how to replace a bear's lungs, Fena Ione is able to patch you up for I think it's just 1 hit point at this level. Oh no, wait, you're level 2.
Mm-hmm.
2 hit points, right?
I'll take it.
Let's see here. So she's very. Ooh, 1 sec. She's very nice. She doesn't seem to have worked on an uplifted bear before, and is like kind of like fumbling around your body, but it's like it was a pleasure to helping you all out. Thank you so much for what you've done for Weldis in Corsica.
Is there any chance that Bumfuzzle can get a little bit of that sweet healing as well?
I don't know. You've been in the bathtub this entire time.
Soaking my wounds, my aching feet.
Let me try that D20 check. Oh yeah, 18.
Let's just. Oh jeez.
Back as well.
Oh yeah. She puts a little like Hello Kitty Band-Aid on my knee, and I'm all better.
Were you down 2 hit points?
Yep.
Yeah, that's hilarious. And just and you little guy, you go get him out there. Yes, ma'am. As you guys are getting ready to leave, Jellic opens his eyes, just sits up suddenly, kind of grabs Kaz's arm, and his voice is raw. He pulls you down kind of to his level. He's prostrate over the backside of what looks like a broken futon. And Kaz, to you, he says, "What I done was dumb, I reckon. But I was trying to hack into the door to the Garrison early this morning when they caught me. Weren't able to do it, but I saw something. The helmets they got on. I think they opened the door up. I saw one of those Azlanti women with her helmet off, and the door, it wouldn't open. She put the helmet back on and seemed to tap a button, and it opened without her touching the keypad or nothing. Thank you all for what you've done. If you're going up against them sons of Fleam, good luck, brother. I wish I was in a state to help you out.
You have done enough. Rest. We will handle it from here.
All right. Where to next, everyone?
Do we
Can we
have
take
one
a
of
look
those
at-
helmets still? Sorry.
Whoa. Yeah, I feel like you can grab some of the armor from some of the soldiers that you haven't. I don't think you've broken it down or given it into the storehouse yet from the prior day.
Speaking of, I was kind of hoping that Bumfuzzle and Wing could take a little detour for some armor oriented.
Well, how about before we move on to the next part of our adventure this evening, we talk about level 2, because you guys leveled up as you're breaking off to get some better gear. You feel stronger. You feel like you've accomplished something here in Madelon's Landing. Level 2, we got to talk about it because we have like a ton of new classes we've never played with before on the podcast, and some weird stuff, some powerful stuff, some interesting like combinations. So yeah, let's go down the line, continue the tradition of the level up discussions. Who wants to start us off?
I will.
Oh, Miles.
Well, so I am not taking a level 2 envoy skill because I'm taking level 1 or taking a level in Star Knight.
So that's an archetype. We've had those on the show, right? Because Adros had an archetype, right, Tyler?
Yeah, but he was a divine champion. Star Knight is its own beast.
Yeah, but I don't think you started this low level. This is level 2, so you're still doing envoy, but with the Star Knight theme, which kind of rolls into some of Wynn's.
Right. So I don't take another improv at this level. What I do instead is at level 2, the Star Knight automatically gets heavy armor proficiency.
Okay, so I mean, basically free feet in exchange for that, and that's what you want to do in this downtime is try and get some heavy Azlanti armor.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna need some help, fitting it for my bulbous bear bod, but
your BBB.
It's a sumptuous thing.
Yes.
I imagine it like that scene in Big Hero 6 where they're trying to shove Baymax into the armor. It'd be a little like that.
It is exactly going to be like that. It'd be a little threadbare, but I think we'll be all right. But I
threadbare.
Yeah.
Boo! Boo!
You didn't even notice until Patrick said something.
Anything else fun at level 2 if you're giving up that envoy on improv?
No, but for me, because I'm going to be, I'm focusing on melee with Win, I definitely wanted to go ahead and automatically get some heavy armor bonuses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, cool. All right, who's next? Who wants to follow that up?
I'll go.
Rebecca, talk to us about Talara.
Yeah, so Witch Warper ability, I get my first a paradigm shift. So I had a list of paradigm shifts that I could choose from for level 2, and I went with lessen injury, which allows me to spend an RP to change the damage that someone takes to minimum damage. So if somebody targets one of my friends or me and does a bunch of damage, then I can spend an RP to reduce that to minimum, which could be really cool.
It's so good. We were talking about it, and there's a lot of fun Witch Warper abilities that you can really tailor them to be, support or, disruptors, battlefield disruptors. And this one, I mean, this could potentially save people's life as a reaction. I mean, if we're talking about a Doshko, that's like a D10 or D12 damage dice, and then someone rolls max on it, you are like altering probability to make that blow, just kind of bounce off their armor.
Yeah, well, not really altering probability, but reaching into other alternate realities where they rolled a 1 instead of a 12. So I think it's pretty cool, like the flavor and all the multiple reality thing. So,
and you can use it on yourself, which is nice. If you're about to get taken out, you know how many hit points you have. You'd be like, no, not today. Awesome. Who's next?
Nikithi can go because it's not that exciting. I like drone mechanic, but it's not flashy. So to sum it up, Idis has more health and can hit things better. Nikithi can repair her faster. End of level up.
Well, everyone's getting some SP, some skills, some things like that. But yeah, level 2, not a big flashy level.
Well, and unfortunately, especially for a drone mechanic, the level 2 is kind of a mechanic trick tax because the level 2, once you gain access to mechanic tricks, you have access to the repair drone mechanic trick, which increases the amount that you can repair your drone. Honestly, you just can't justify. It just doesn't seem like I can justify taking anything besides that because the increase is so massive from 10% to 25%. And considering there just are going to be times where I don't have like 90 minutes to repair Idis. And so it's a tax, which makes it not too much fun, but it's something you have to do.
You never know how long 10 minutes is until you start playing Starfinder and you try to a whole bunch of stuff into even like an hour's worth of time. You know, if you're trying to repair weapons or armor or do any other long periods of time things, you're like, where am I fitting in this 10-minute rest break?
Yeah.
Awesome. What about a Bumfuzzle, Jibert?
Yeah. So Bumfuzzle at level 2 is picking up a couple of things. Got evasion coming in. Sort of.
Oh my god.
Standard thing for operatives at level 2.
Good.
So good. I'm so excited to have it.
And so good for operatives. We have a great reflex already.
Right. Yeah. So fireball proof. And for my operative exploit, I'm taking uncanny mobility, which is basically when I pull off my trick attack, I can designate the target before I move and not provoke any attacks of opportunity from that target.
Right.
And then if I want to use my standard action as a move action, I can designate somebody so I can just sort of withdraw as a standard instead of as a full action.
Yeah, that's really nice because you do a lot of melee attacks.
I try.
In addition, you're in there providing that flanking buddies bonus.
That's what I'm here for.
Last not least, Drew, tell us about Kaz. We finally get some more Vanguard abilities, right?
Yeah, so Kaz gets a couple of cool things. He gets a class ability called Mitigate. And what Mitigate does is if I have an entropy point, I can spend it to reduce any damage that I have taken by an amount equal to my Vanguard level. So I can reduce, assuming I want to spend the point, anything by 2. So if I am dealt 2 damage, that's 0 damage. If I'm dealt 15 damage, that's 13 damage.
It's finally you got a whole bunch of stuff eventually that'll stock up for you to use those entropy points on, and that mitigates definitely one of them.
So with that, I also picked up my first Vanguard discipline, and these are the sort of Vanguard choice abilities. A lot of really cool ones. If you haven't checked out the character operations manual test, you should, because there are some really cool things that you can do depending on how you have your Vanguard set up. Mm-hmm. But I have chosen Intervene. And what Intervene does is whenever an adjacent ally is attacked, I can just siphon off half of the damage that they take. So let's say that we are in combat and I'm standing next to Bumfuzzle or Win, and Win takes a hit for 10 damage. All of a sudden, I take 5 damage, Win takes 5 damage.
Yeah. So there's a feat that's kind of similar to that called Bodyguard, yeah, which is like, get down, Mr. President. But yeah, so far you guys have been a pretty melee heavy group. You're running in and fighting next to one another. That could once again save someone from going down.
Well, and I like it because it could stack with mitigate to the point where I could siphon off enough damage to make mitigate really make a difference, especially with Talara's ability that she just got. It could make a huge difference if we get double critted again.
You mean when you get double critted again?
I mean when we get double critted again.
All right. That's everybody. Yeah, level 2 is pretty quick. Almost every class has like, the mechanic trick or some other class ability that you get to pick up here. And yeah, not a lot else. You guys feel more skilled. Maybe you're more accurate in your attacks. I think everyone's BAB goes up at this level.
Yeah, I got new spells too. So.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Rut-row.
Keep them secret until they're used and I know they are. I think I've forgotten at this point, but I'm excited to see them on the battlefield. Right, so you guys ready to get back into the action?
Let's go fight.
Oh, you don't want to have like 10 more interactions with townsfolk?
I would like to study the map that we were given, or the hand-drawn picture.
We'll get there. Before that, okay. I know we just leveled up, but you also get a little bit of an XP boost for saving and making best friends with both Corsica Arquin and Jellic Folson.
Yeah.
Good.
200 XP, and that equates to an additional 50 each, I believe, on the long road to level 3.
Oh yeah,
every bit helps.
Biting a huge chunk out of that.
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Before we moved further, do we need to do anything to one of these helmets that we've picked up to figure out how the door mechanism works? Is there an engineering check or a computer check we can run on that helmet to make sure we know what we're doing?
It's just like inlaid into the side. It looks like maybe a couple of buttons. Maybe they control radio communications. One of them, you're sure, is the one Jellic said the Azlanti soldier pressed when trying to get inside the door. But you can examine that. The helmet, really the only thing that's not going to fit on unless you like break it open. But if you go back to Hyperitas, you can armor up this giant bear and pick up a helmet. There's like a montage of like a flared lens in a dark workshop as like a shoulder piece gets attached to a blue furry shoulder, and then like a completely snug chest piece, kind of like a corset, like a squeezed into Wind's chest into it.
Yeah, if Bumfuzzle's doing it, we're bungee jumping this thing on there. Or sorry, bungee cording it on there. We're just like,
no, bungee jumping.
Yeah, we're no, I'm gonna hold on to it real tight, and he's gonna jump off the building, and I'm just gonna he just squeeps down into it.
I imagine if you want, you can kind of take some of the symbols from your old armor and kind of mingle it in with this green and white Azlanti armor win.
Oh yeah.
But right now it looks like the Azlanti have like a new mascot, which is a blue bear.
Go Bears!
Go Azlanti, we. Right, so you guys ready to head out to the garrison?
Yeah. Ready as we'll ever be.
Nikithi might come up to Bumfuzzle and say, is the motion detector fully charged? We will need it.
I look at it and I shake it and I listen to it.
I don't think he used it at all today. So got a couple hours charge.
It's like, probably, almost certainly.
Here we go. I put it on my shirt. Wear it like a badge. Like I'm a good scout.
The Keithy shakes his head, but he feels more confident.
It's upside down. So when I look down at it, I can see it right side up.
Yes.
Makes sense.
The Azlanti are on the ceiling.
So it is a short walk here to the center of Madelon's landing, and you've seen the outline of this structure, from a distance. But as you approach, the garrison just towers above you. You see the huge shadow of the two large anti-starship artillery lasers kind of cast down upon you, and that's on top of this huge prefabricated structure, like 15 foot tall. You can tell the walls are very sturdy steel composite, light but tough, battlefield tested. And along the top, there are floodlights kind of pointing in all directions, beaming through the midday mists, kind of sparkling as they seem to be coated in morning dew still. And from the descriptions Ibretta's given you and this map Corsica's drawn, there are a couple of entry points, a small door in the northeast corner that looks, it seems is where they took Corsica in at this small door originally. In her notes, it seems like they dragged her halfway through this facility after her interrogation, after she spit on a couple of the soldiers, and out a western door, the opposite side of the garrison. And from her map, she describes seeing what looks like a barracks on the north side of the complex, a mess hall, and she was dragged right through the center of what looks like a communications room. She has the notes, computers, technology. So you've got the basic layout of the place, which means I'm revealing to you players basically what the inside of this building looks like before you even get there.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go to the map. How about that?
Nice.
Oh.
Like a map.
What are you guys seeing here?
There's like a circular room sort of in the center.
Mm-hmm.
I see a few blacked out areas, which I'm guessing Corsica did not get dragged through.
Yeah, they're on like the far sides of the building. I see a pile of mattresses, which looks exciting. Yeah, she said she saw something along those lines.
I see what's probably a bathroom.
I see a bunch of beds that are actually somewhat made, not in a pile like the mattresses on the other side of the building.
She has that listed as the barracks, on the north side of the building. And says she just kind of saw through the doors into there.
So I see what appear to be some stairs. My guess is that she did not get anywhere near the second story.
Yeah, she doesn't have it listed as stairs. It looks like some kind of large rectangles in this one building on the west side of the structure.
So I'm guessing this circular room, is that the communications hall? It looks like there might be computers or something in there. Yeah.
She has a question mark and it's written command, next to it. It seems like indeed this is where she says computers, monitors, things like that.
And where does she say the mess hall is?
Immediately to the west of that building.
Okay.
Of that room. So a couple of doors here. What are you guys thinking about? There's a eastern and a western entrance. The eastern side is very small, a 5 foot wide door, and the western side is about 10 foot wide.
Well, if we split up, we can cover both of them at the same time.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Miles, I love you so much. Perfect idea. Okay, so it's just win on one team, right?
Yes.
Yeah, the 5 foot door.
Wins Warriors.
So if we take the smaller door, then we may be able to make a more covert entry.
The problem is the smaller door is more covert, but it's farther away from the command center. And if we make too much of a ruckus, they could use that communication center to call down reinforcements to trap us inside the building.
Yeah, it's kind of it's got a maze like layout here. This X in the southern side of the building is where she says the holding cells are. That's where Madelon and where she last saw Mayor Madelon and Sedona and a few other townsfolk.
Yeah, so definitely want to go in what's closest to that.
Well, yeah. So if I'm seeing this correctly, the eastern door sort of leads up through the barracks, and then sort of kind of comes then through the command center, and then to the holding cell, right? Yep. And she has in her notes that's where she first kind of got dragged through, along with some other people in town.
Unless this room on the eastern portion that's blacked out that we can't see has some sort of entryway into Mattressville that we don't know about.
Yeah, but there are mattresses.
That's a closet, fam. That's a closet, fam.
Yeah, probably.
I mean,
there are mattresses there anyway, so it wouldn't. I mean, we couldn't open the door.
It's like 10 by 15 foot. It's pretty large. It's definitely more than a closet.
We got to figure one of these blacked out areas has to be an armory of some sort.
It seems like the armory would be close to the barracks, so it would have to be either on this eastern blacked out part, this central blacked out part, or this southwestern blacked out part.
Yeah, this area here.
You just pointed at 3 of the 4 blacked out areas.
Yeah, I know. I realized that. I forgot. I was only going to say the 2, but I forgot about the top center one. I figured the top center one's the bathroom because there's no bathroom next to the barracks, and it seems like that would be a good
that's
place
right
for
in the barracks. This room here is marked as the mess. There's no notes for the far southeast area that she doesn't have any intel on, besides where the X is. That is indeed the brig.
I mean, I would second. I can't remember who said it, but blitz the command center strat. I think the 10-foot door. It's the easiest for Wynn to get through. We're only 2 doors away from the command. It's going to be the loudest way of ingress, but going through the garrison or the barracks in particular is probably going to be loud anyway, because I can't imagine there aren't like off-duty Azlanti there anyway.
Do you guys want to vote on it? Do you want to come to a 100% decision? What do you want to do?
I mean, I'm the one who said that we should go in the back door, but I've been convinced otherwise, so I'm fine with going in the front door.
Going in the front door is traditionally a very stupid move, but
we're very stupid people.
We're very stupid
so let's
people.
do it. So it's on. Hell, yeah, it sounds good to me. Place yourselves on the map, everyone. Let's get to exploring. Let's get to this dungeon crawl, as it were. How often do you get to see like a map of the dungeon before you get to popping through it?
Not often.
Bumfuzzle's already inside.
Bumfuzzle's got hacks. He's got teleportation hacks.
This is why I don't allow you to see the map normally. There's usually a lot of fog of war.
Kaz is probably going to be the one who wants to operate the helmet to get the door open first, though.
Yeah, no. Is that? Are you wearing it, Drew? Wearing this?
I wasn't, but I can if we feel like that's necessary. I don't really. Yeah,
we get to the door and Nick Ethy motions you over and he just puts the helmet on your head.
I do not like this Azlanti filth on my head.
I know, but bear with it. Once we get to the door, you can use it to beat the snot out of the first soldier you see.
If you want someone to bear with it, ask Wynn.
Oh boy, I was gonna make that joke. Everyone listening at
guys,
home heard it.
Guys,
no one does bear stuff but me.
Yeah, you leave it to Miles. He earned this badge and this curse. Badge of honor, curse of dishonor. as you get to the door, it does indeed look like there is like a keypad to the side of it, which is like sparking, and it looks very much like there are about a dozen or so very small Hobgar claw marks. And it'd be very hard to kind of get through here if maybe you didn't have another way, but it actually looks like they've exposed some wires as well. But Kaz, are you moving up to it and putting the helmet on?
Before I do, he asks Bumfuzzle, do you detect any motion on the other side of this door?
I look down at my shirt.
Mm-hmm. It's not flashing, but you know for a fact that, just some light tree coverage can interrupt it. So
I look at Kaz and I say, all clear.
These walls are super thick. Probably won't allow much use of this.
Everyone,
all set. Back up a little bit.
Everyone be ready. Let us enter.
Go ahead and step on up, Drew.
Steps into the door.
Right. So, well, you're not stepping inside yet.
Sorry.
Calm it down. It opens up, and you see a pretty unadorned room. Doesn't look like there's really much here. You do see two Azlanti soldiers just kind of standing there looking at you, which means we need to make an immediate initiative roll check.
Woohoo!
It is time.
Booyah,
Level
baby.
Level 2 combat, let's do it!
Can we romance them?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Natural 20 from a Drew.
Oh, Miles! Get it out of the way early, boy.
Oh, yeah. When is the slowest big bear in existence?
Oh, man.
Natural 20 and a natural 1 in the initiative rolls. I like it. You guys are
He's just licking himself before the battle.
all over the place. So, Kaz, you see the doors go whoomp, open up. You see these soldiers. One of them looks like he's kind of like checking on his gun. The other's got it just kind of held at his side. They look at you. They see you in their helmet, a human in his Azlanti helmet, but not in their armor. They're confused. Got the drop on them. What do you want to do first in the turn order?
I'm going to race up to this chump that is slightly to the west of the other one, at the north of the room. And we are going to hit this fool with an entropic strike.
Punchy.
Nice!
That is a 19 to hit.
Ooh, yeah, against the AC, that's a hit.
For 4 damage.
Right, minimum damage, but slam into him. You see his armor just kind of fading away, cracking with like a short 1-inch punch to his chest. Next in the turn order is Bumfuzzle.
Right. Yeah, I'm going to run in and take the one on the right. I run up, and as I do, I sort of push a button on the bottom of my knife, and a little boxing glove comes out of it and punches him right in the gut.
Gosh.
and I say, ha! Surprise! That's a 26 on the check.
Success.
Yeah. All right.
Obviously, the boxing glove is gonna work.
For sure.
I can tell you, as a GM, I did not see that coming.
Surprise, Patrick. All right, survival knife. Let's go. Ow. Oh. That's only an 8 on the attack.
Yeah, even flat-footed, that is a miss.
Even double flat-footed?
Even triple flat-footed.
Ah, darn.
Get that out of here. A miss, unfortunately. Nikithi is next. Rolling pretty well on some initiative here. What you got, Tyler?
All right. Well, Kaz and Bumfuzzle have charged in, and Idas looks excited to get into combat and with her new and improved self. So she's going to move in as well, and I think she's going to want to try and give Kaz a flanking bonus to be maximum effective. Ooh, I don't know if she can get there in a single move. She can, but she's going to provoke 2 attacks of opportunity doing so.
Oh my goodness!
If they have melee weapons out, I think they just have rifles out.
Yeah, you got the drop on them, so I don't think they're actually in the turn order yet.
Oh, yes. Great. Okay, yeah, so perfect. So
no attacks of opportunity.
So she just kind of goes flying down the middle of the room and weaves in between the 2 Azlanti soldiers and gets right up behind one of them. And with all of her movement, but that still gives her a standard attack. So she's going to try out her claws. New and improved. Have I said new and improved enough? They're new, they're improved, and they hit with a 23. That's a super hit.
Yeah, 19 on the dice.
Yeah, 4 points of slashing damage.
Ouch, ouch, ouch. You've got 4 from Kaz, 4 from Idis. This soldier, she is still up. And it is her turn. Boy, oh boy. She's going to kind of guarded step back towards what looks like the north side of this building. She's got a rifle out. She's just going to point blank shoot at Idis, which means Idis gets an attack of opportunity.
Is Idis on fire tonight? Ooh, maybe. That's going to be because she gets the flanking bonus, 18 to hit. Casey.
That is a hit.
Yes.
Ooh, 5 points of damage.
Jeez. Okay. Ouch. That is enough to drop this soldier a shot off.
Idis is on fire tonight.
I wanted to shoot Idis to death.
She's new and improved, guys. New and improved. Nikithi is on the other side of the outer door, and he's whispering to himself, "The improvements are working perfectly."
Don't cry, Nikithi. The salts in your tears will hurt you. Stiff upper lip. Okay, well, the other soldier sees her, obviously her best friend, die to some kind of monstrous robot, and just takes a guarded step back and presses some buttons on the wall, and an alarm and yellow lights start flashing in this room.
Yeah!
Well, we figured this was going to happen, so here we go.
That is their entire turn. The high damage turn. Next is Talara.
All right. Talara is going to step inside the room.
Mm-hmm.
And I assume she's had her pistol out because we were infiltrating the barracks.
It would be advisable.
And she's going to shoot her pistol.
Ooh. Kind of got a clean line of sight here through the middle of the room.
It's a 14 to attack.
That is a hit against EAC.
Oh, good. And that's max damage of 4.
All right. Yeah, you score a direct hit on the back shoulder blade of this Azlanti soldier as she is sounding the alarm. Your turn, and at the bottom of the turn order, Win.
All right, so Win is gonna run on in here, pop himself next to the Azlanti that just sounded the alarm.
Uh-oh.
And is going to swing at her with his jump sensor.
So unfortunately, it looks like you cannot fit in the room, right? We've got Idis, who's taking up space here.
Oh, good, Tyler. Thanks.
Your fun teammates have not left you a lot
sorry
of
that you rolled a 1 on initiative. Don't suck on initiative.
Stay outside.
Christ.
You have some ranged options, right?
Yeah, I guess he's gonna pull out his Hall pistol. He'll come in, I guess, behind Bumfuzzle and still shoot at the same, the only living guard. And that is a 13
against EAC once again. That's a hit.
All right, for 4 points of damage.
Nice.
Excellent. That seems to be the watchword of this combat is 4 points of damage. That's turn 1. Let's go ahead and go back to Kaz, turn 2.
So, Kaz is going to call out to Talara. Could you make one of the entrances to this room difficult terrain to prevent Azlanti soldiers from entering as he moves forward right up next to this chump and hits her with an entropic strike.
You plan to set up shop here in this room?
Well, there's
Just
two.
wait for him.
That's a 6 to attack. That ain't good to enough.
Oh no, that is a miss. Bumfuzzle, back to you.
Yeah, so Bumfuzzle is going to pull out a piece of rope and throw it at Kaz, and when Kaz catches it, Bumfuzzle's going to run up with the other end and try to pin the guard's knees to the wall, and try to get him real good with my very good.
Yeah.
I swear I can't miss on these engineering checks, but
It's happened one time? Yes, that'll happen when you roll 18s, 19s, and 20s every single one. 19 here, so on the dice that is a success.
So I'm running up into flanking with Kaz, and then I'm gonna use my knife.
Go! Stab attack. Pwom! Bum, 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 What'd you get?
Just because I want to know. All right, so I got a natural 20 on this one.
If you didn't know.
Yeah, so that was 9 points of damage as I slam this guy up against the wall with my good rope attack, and then just the guy like knocks his head back against the wall and then falls down dead.
All right. First of all, I'm the GM. You don't get to dictate those things. Second of all, you do not double the trick attack damage.
Yes, you do. 100% sure. Yes.
Oh, that's too many dice.
It's a lot of dice, yeah. I mean, it's 44. It's 9 points of damage. It's not that much.
Definitely taking a card, right? For half damage.
Yeah. Let's take a card.
Potentially half damage. Oh, while I look at the card, we also got to go to our Patreon and figure out who's getting a shout out. Natural 20 shout out. Just ask for some more of these because we are going through at least one crit per episode, it seems like.
There has been one every episode so far, so.
Is this the season of the crit? Is that a thing?
I
Are we
don't
making
know.
that a thing?
It's been pretty amazing and also pretty awful that there has been at least one crit from one.
Well, every episode that there's a combat, there's a crit.
Yeah.
There's
Otherwise,
that one episode we didn't have combat, but
it's a bum
it
puzzle
was-
engineering. Natural.
Rolling rocks.
This is from Darian, and it's a shout out to Zadrain and the crew of the Void Vagabond. That's from Spec the Cat. If you guys,
hey,
Spec.
That's cool.
thank you, Spec.
I don't trust this shout out. Just kidding.
And you're doing straight up kinetic damage here.
I am indeed.
Right. Oh boy.
What's up, Chuckles?
Well, I mean, if this creature were to live past this round, you're getting the full bonus damage. So 9 points. You also rung their bell because the rope indeed did trip them, and they took a nasty spill, cracking her head open as you stab her. -5 to intelligence checks and intelligence-based skill checks until healed. I don't think we have to worry about these.
-5 to being alive checks.
A -5. Yeah, no. There's some brain leakage out. You can try to ask some trivia questions before she expires, but that is that. We're out of combat, and yep, there's an alarm going off in sounds like the entire garrison.
We should move quickly. I feel
Someone turn it off.
Wait,
Can we turn off the alarm?
Yeah. Can Nikithian and Bumfuzzle maybe work together to disable that alarm?
I mean, you can, but cat's out the bag, right?
right.
Well,
right.
yeah.
They're gonna come and look at the alarm even if it shuts off.
I mean, but it's just annoying to fight through an entire garrison with an alarm bleeding in the background.
I guess so.
Yeah. Nikithi's having none of it. You guys go kill some people. Idis is with you. Nikithi will shut this alarm off just to get it to shut up.
Okay, we'll see Tyler's character in a few episodes.
Yeah.
he's working on just pulling wires out of the walls here. Yeah, and you get a chance to look around. So the doors here are painted in bright green lettering in Azlanti, some words on them. The wall here to the south is a massive holovid screen. That's what you're seeing on the map. And it looks like a static image of Madelon's landing from above, maybe like a drone shot mixed with technical schematics. And there's pictures of people around the town, some points of interest like the moisture collector and the destroyed comm array. There's a small panel that fits beneath this screen that looks like a little computer access. One of the images in the center of this hollow vid kind of catches your eye. In it, you see in like a small holographic frame a blurry shot of the five of you. Looks like from a cadet's point of view, the cemetery of Madelon's Landing in the background, and like it's very blurry. You just see like the vague kind of like shapes of your bodies, and your faces kind of circled in green digital markup pen. A notation on the side in Azlanti reads, "Is that a bear?" ? No other surveillance of you. You guys have been pretty stealthy around town. The doors to the north are labeled barracks in Azlanti, and this one kind of to the southeast is labeled mess.
Can I grab a markup pen and then just like mark out our faces even more? So it's like I draw like smiley faces like over our faces. So
drawing mustaches and
exactly.
bigger horns on Talara.
Right.
Let's book it to the control center.
Yeah, I would agree with that plan.
Yeah.
So to the mess hall, right?
Yeah, through the mess hall.
Yep.
Let's go.
Yep. Big Bear first.
All right, Big Bear. Go on.
Right. Boop, boop, boop.
Oh, might I make a recommendation?
Nope.
You should have done it before Big Bear went in the room.
Yeah, he's in there.
It's not about Big Bear. It's about blocking our exit point. Like we have a bunch of barracks and a mess hall that could, like, if we put Talara's rough terrain here right after we enter that room, it could slow down backup coming to help whoever is in there that we're attempting to kill.
Something to do in combat, it sounds like, using that ability. But you can talk that out as you file in here. It's a large room, the mess. You see stackable metal folding tables and benches on the southern wall. That's what these guys are down here. Looks like it's not in use at the moment. Along the walls, you see propaganda posters in Azlanti. These bright, glossy printouts showing just these most beautiful purple-eyed youths with jackboots, kind of putting them into the backs and faces of these exaggerated alien faces. One shows a Dralic being kicked in the face, and the sign reads, "One soldier is worth 1,000 alien natives." There's another with an Azlanti woman scoping in on an alien sniper, and it reads, "Serve your superiors, dominate the weak." They are graphic, they are violent, but yeah, all the Azlanti here portrayed as stoic. They have like a perverse smile to them.
Seeing the poster just kind of makes Wynn's blood boil as someone who, loves different types of life. And this kind of just awful hatred, you just hear like a low growl emit from his throat.
One of the posters is definitely them like firebombing a village in like the jungle somewhere, and just like these two Azlanti soldiers laughing as it happens.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to killing more of them.
Then let us proceed.
Boy, that's a tiny door, I gotta say.
Oh, what, the door to the command center?
Yeah, it's a tiny door.
Yeah, no, you've managed to knock the alarm off, but the center of the building is indeed small. Who's moving up to it?
Bumfuzzle will go ahead and take the lead, and then
Kaz will be right behind you.
and then wait for everyone else.
Talara's coming. I might stand outside the door for a minute, though.
That seems fair.
Don't know if I can come in.
Talara, your tiny demon should fit perfectly well in here.
If only we had a tiny demon instead of a big, dumb bear. That way you know it's true.
Yeah, I mean, like for you at home, the room we're about to go into, I mean, couldn't even fit like 4 wins in it, like legally. How all of us are gonna fit in it while fighting some other people?
The Azlanti fire marshals are going to kick us all out of the room.
Oh yeah, this is
Shut down this rave.
This is not gonna go well.
All right, I'm opening the door. Y'all ready? I push the go button on the door.
It does not open.
Foiled again.
Use the helmet.
Kaz, open the door.
Kaz uses the helmet.
As soon as you do, it doesn't go shrink open, and it is dim light in here. It looks like just a few computer screens lighting up this small room. You see just a quick shimmer of movement, perhaps a few lights on a weapon illuminating the darkness here, and you hear a rough kind of grumbly voice in Azlanti say, "To be continued."
Oh, come on!
Piece of prog.
Well, if you didn't want to start next week's episode with a fight, you shouldn't have gone in this direction. There would have been more stuff sneaking through the building.
Wanted to end this week's episode with a fight.
Aha. Yeah, we'll find out next week what is going on in here. Oh, it's going to be a fun fight for sure. Thank you very much for making this an interesting dungeon delve. They know you're coming. What does that mean? We'll find out next time.
Woo!
Yay!
Big fight. It looks like we're gonna have some fun in store. What do you think is waiting for you in the command center?
I bet Sarge is waiting on us.
Yeah. Oh, I was gonna say it's gonna be Sarge, and there's gonna be so many reinforcements. It's gonna hurt.
Pity I can't fit in.
It's so nice that there's a whole room full of mattresses for us to take a nap on after we kill every Azlanti in this place.
Well, the good thing is about this is I think if Kaz and Bumfuzzle and Talara funnel into the command center, Idis and Wynn might be able to handle any of the reinforcements that come in from the barracks. So we might have a bit of a split party fight.
We shall see. It's a pretty big garrison, but I'll tell you what, this fight would have been a lot harder if you had indeed snuck in through the opposite direction and not cleared these 2 soldiers out behind you, because we call that a pincer attack. That's going to do it for us. A short one, a quick one as you guys leveled up and we dive into combat here. Thank you so much for playing with me.
Thank you.
How much XP did we get from those 2 Azlanti? We didn't do the XP totals for that?
Let's see. Not near enough to get to level 3.
Well, you've been doing it for every fight so far.
Ding, 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 level 3.
We'll tally it up. That was a pretty easy one. I feel like I'll knock off a few 100 XP for that. You soared right through it. Thank you for Dimitri. Let's wrap it up there, though. Thanks, guys, and why don't you say good night, everybody?
Good night,
everybody.
Good night.